is Enrique Lopez. Today I'm going to be recording the video for the assignment 3 of the FTE 217 for modern sport rifles. And today is June 10th of 2026. Just want to start by showing that we're working in the safe environment. You can see here that we have an empty magazine and the firearm is disassembled. We physically and visually check that we don't have any live ammo on the chamber or on the working area. So I'm going to start by discussing my first component, and that's the fire pin. So I choose the fire pin because even though it's a relatively small part, it's absolutely critical because it's responsible for striking the primer and igniting the cartridge. Some important dimensions include the overall of the length, that this one is 3" 9/26 of a thou, and on the tip 0.073 of a thou. The dimensions are really important, including the overall length of the fire pin, the diameter of the fire pin body, and especially the fire pin protrusion. The fire pin protrusion refers to how far the tip extends through the bolt face when the hammer strikes it. If this dimension is incorrect, the problem some problem comes occur. And I'm gonna show you here. This is the protrusion of the fire pin. For example, some problems can occur if the fire pin is too short or damaged. It may not strike the primer hard enough, which can result in a failure to fire. On the other hand, if the fire pin protrusion is excessive, it could cause pierce in primers or other reliability issues. I'm sorry. So the most common damage seen on fire pins includes the tip deformation, excessive wear, bending, or breakage from repeated use. And since the fire pin moves every time the rifle is fired, wear over time is going to be expected. To avoid damaging on this component, a gunsmith should receive proper armor training and learn how to inspect fire pins for wear and verify that they meet factory specifications. The fire pin works closely with several other parts, including the fire pin, retaining pin, that is this one here, the bolt on the bolt carrier, the hammer, and the trigger assembly. All of these parts must function together correctly so you can ensure reliable ignition. The second component that I'm going to be discussing is the gas block and the gas tube. Here we have the gas block and the gas tube. This is a whole assembly. This system is responsible for directing gas from the barrel back into the rifle so the action can cycle the right way. I choose to speak about this because back in the time I had another AR rifle when I just started this, and I decided to paint it, and I just disassembled the whole rifle. And for the time I was putting it back together, I didn't line this gas tube on the right position with the hole that comes on the barrel. So I was having some cocking issues, extracting issues, and ejecting issues, and it was all because that little part there. And it's really critical having the right dimensions, including the diameter of the gas port, the proper alignment between the gas block and the barrel port, and the correct gas tube length. Even a small alignment issue can affect how the rifle functions. If the gas block is installed incorrectly or it can become damaged, and the rifle may experience failure to eject, failure to feed, and short stroking. Or the bolt may fail to lock back after the last round. And these problems occur because the system is not receiving enough gas to cycle properly. So basically, we can see here, the gas tube coming in here. If this is not well aligned with this part here, it will not have the proper gas pushing the bolt carrier to create the whole cycle. And common damage, including the carbon erosion, gas leakage, a vent gas tube over here, and damage caused by improper installation. And it's all because this part are exposed to high heat and pressure. They naturally experience wear over time. So a gunsmith can avoid these issues through proper training, carefully assembly and practices, and thorough inspection during installation. The gas block and the gas tube interact directly with the barrel, gas port, the gas key, and the bolt carrier group. So proper alignment between all of these parts is essential for reliable operations. The third component that I selected, it was the barrel extension and feed ramps. These parts play a major role in feeding cartridge into the chamber and providing a secure lockup for the bolt. Important dimensions including the feed ramp geometry, the locking lug dimension, and the proper alignment between the barrel extension and the upper receiver. If these parts are damaged or modified incorrectly, the rifle can experience feeding problems, damaged ammunition, or excessive wear. One example is like this week, on the description of this week, I was talking about involved gunsmith grinding aluminum feed ramp in an upper receiver, which removed the protective anodized on this part here, surface, and eventually caused more problems than it solved. Common damage includes worn feed ramps, damaged locking lugs, and wear caused by improper modifications. Since the barrel extension is made of steel and the receiver is it's aluminum, understanding the difference between these materials is extremely important. To avoid damaging these components, a gunsmith should receive proper armor training and follow manufacturer specification instead of attempting shortcuts or unnecessary modification. And the barrel extensions interacts directly with the bolt, upper receiver, feed ramps, chamber, and ammunition. So having the proper alignment between these components is critical for smooth and reliable fitting. So it's very important to make sure that these parts are in good condition with no worn, no damage. So we can just install this and make it lock like it's showing here. Make the bolt lock perfectly with the barrel extension, and also having this feed ram in a good condition so the bullets can just enter the chamber with no issues or having any damage. So in conclusion, the firing pin, the gas system, the barrel extension are all critical components of the AR platforms. While some of these parts may seem simple, small mistakes or improper modification can lead to reliability issues, safety concerns, and costly repairs. And that's why a proper training, attention to details, and following manufacturer specification are very important for any gunsmith. Understanding how these components work together helps ensure the firearms operate safely and reliable for the customers. And as always says, if you don't have the experience or you don't know how to do it, don't do it. Do research. If you have to go to another gunsmith, go to another experienced gunsmith to ask, for help or any advice, and don't mess with things up. This is everything for this video. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next time.